Could it be possible to reprogram your subconscious mind utilizing ChatGPT? This is a question that I asked myself several months ago, and it really dawned on me that this is possible. And then I made a YouTube video about it, and then it got a lot of traction, a lot of comments. And after making that YouTube video, I made a few more, and that was a few months ago. And I wanted to update another video because things have shifted and things have changed a little bit since making those videos. And I wanted to update you and give you my new perspective on all of this so that you can utilize ChatGPT and other AI platforms to the best ability so that you're using it in first principles, making one decision that unlocks the next 1,000 decisions. So many people are utilizing AI in the completely backwards way. They're just utilizing it to do more as opposed to being more. But when you shift that perspective and you utilize AI to help you become the best version of you, that's when everything else gets better, because AI is not a fixer. AI is not, the perfect answer tool. It is simply an amplifier. If you are clear, if you are focused, if you are locked in, it's absolute jet fuel. I see this all the time with friends and colleagues and business associates. And then on the flip side, if you are scattered, if you are lost, if you are not sure what's going on and you're not clear on who you are, it turns you into a kangaroo on Red Bull, right? It turns your browser into 57 different tabs metaphorically, right? And so I want to show you on this video how you can utilize ChatGPT to actually turn it into jet fuel to help you skyrocket your life, your relationships, your business, and everything, your health, everything that you want to create. You can utilize ChatGPT the way I'm going to show you. I'm going to take you through a chat dialogue, and I'm also going to show you a really cool prompt that I heard recently that changed everything. Because if you've ever experienced where ChatGPT is just being a yes man and just validating you over and over and over again, no matter how many times you disagree with it, it gets very frustrating. So with this particular prompt, I want to show you how you can turn it into your advocate, your mentor that is going to support you, not just validate you. Okay, what's up, guys? My name is Nico Rapklis. I've been deep in the personal development space, love the subconscious mind, realize how powerful the subconscious mind was at an early age from a negative side as well as a positive side. I played baseball practically my whole life, all the way through college. And my senior year of high school, I developed something called the yips. It was a really challenging period of time, but I basically succumbed to all the pressure and the fear that I was putting on myself to be one of the best players in the state. And being a second baseman, having the shortest throw in all of baseball, all of a sudden I couldn't make that throw anymore after it was just like second nature. And so I realized how powerful the subconscious mind was in that. And so I realized that I had a problem and I needed to fix that and I needed to figure out. And it wasn't coming from just willpower. It wasn't just coming from taking action, making more throws. It was really a subconscious programming. And so when I shifted that, it took me a while, but I shifted that over time. And then all of a sudden I was in college knocking balls off the 7 of the scoreboard for walk-off home runs and just playing lights out. It was a really cool shift. It took a lot. And on this video, again, I want to show you how to utilize AI to condense that so that you don't have to go through that strenuous exertion period that was very challenging for me. Okay. Now, first, let's talk about what exactly the subconscious mind is and how that correlates to AI, because they're actually quite similar. In fact, I believe that AI, ChatGPT, operates very similarly to our subconscious mind. Now, I want you to think of our subconscious as basically the fighter jet, and us as the conscious human, we are the fighter pilot. Okay, so they both have to have one another. The pilot needs the aircraft to actually go and have flight, but the aircraft needs the pilot in order to direct it. Now, here's the thing, is that once the pilot is in there, locks it into autopilot, it's going to just keep on going exactly where autopilot is programmed to go, right? It's the same thing with our subconscious mind. We are the conscious pilot, right? Our subconscious mind is the one that's actually guiding everything. It's locked on autopilot. It is the aircraft and it's going wherever it is programmed to. But as the pilot, when we reprogram it and we say, hey, instead of going south, we now want to go north, you just have to reprogram the autopilot. And that's exactly what the subconscious is. And one of the best ways that I've discovered how to do that is through questions. And this is far before I even discovered AI, because truthfully, I didn't even think I really liked AI and had a lot of resistance to AI because I was just like, this is just tech. This is robots. It can never like replace the human to human connection. I really thought that stuff. And then I ended up building a whole company around AI and how to become the best version of yourself by talking to your future self and getting crystal clear on your future self, called Vision Espresso. But again, I didn't start like this because I had so much resistance towards it, because I was like, I'm on this heartfelt mission to help people become the best version of themselves. How the heck are we supposed to use robots and technology to do that? But over time, things shifted, right? So in order to access the subconscious mind, there's kind of two parts. A lot of it's programmed from early childhood and things that happen in there. And so we can uncover things that went down in our subconscious in our childhood. And then also you start recognizing where your patterns are by continuing to ask yourself questions. And so when I would journal, when I would just start thinking and having conversations, I would constantly be asking questions. I mean, that's the reason I started a podcast event company, right? And so I got really good at asking questions because I was being very curious. But what I was realizing, that I was accessing a whole new level of my subconscious, and I was figuring out different programs that were set into my life because of the fact I was asking questions to unveil them. Because our subconscious is ultimately like this big old treasure chest, and it has everything that's going on in our life. But the only way to access and open up that treasure chest is if you have the key, and the key is asking really good questions. And so I view that AI is the exact same way. It's an infinite storehouse. It's the ultimate treasure chest. But the only way that you're going to access that treasure chest is if you have the right keys, you ask the right questions. And so I've made a lot of YouTube videos on this channel about how to operate with AI, how to communicate with AI, and how to utilize specific prompts and prompt engineering to access the full spectrum of AI. Okay? So it's virtually the same thing. Just you get direct feedback from AI when you ask a question, as opposed to when you ask a question to your subconscious mind, it goes essentially on this invisible search to go figure out the answers, and then it shows up in your life. Again, the difference here is that ChatGPT, it just shows up right in front of your screen, right? So that's the correlation between your subconscious mind. Now, how the heck do we actually reprogram our subconscious for the success that we want, for the abundance, for the business success, for the relationships, for the health? Well, it really comes down to a concept known as spaced repetition. And so basically, the more type of conversations that you have with AI to discover what your subconscious blocks are, and then reprogramming those subconscious blocks. First, you got to be aware of them, right? You can't reprogram something that you're not aware of. So awareness comes in the first step. And then from there, you identify what is actually going on. What is the blocks? What is your program for? What is your metaphorical autopilot? And then you're like, okay, well, if my autopilot is programmed for 10K a month, or it's programmed for okay relationships, it's programmed for a little pudge, if you will, not six-pack abs, then we start identifying that. From there, now we can be like, okay, well, that's the current situation. That's our current location, if you will. And then it's like, what is our desired location? And then from there, it's a matter of continuing to remind yourself of that desired location. And then that's where the spaced repetition comes in. You remind yourself that over and over and over and over again. And so that's really the process. And that's why we've developed Vision Espresso. And I'll get into a little bit more of that, but it's all about getting clear on what you want and then consistently putting that message into your subconscious mind. Even if you don't like necessarily believe all that stuff, it's seeping into your subconscious more and more. And so what Vision Espresso is, it's a custom audio from your future self that you listen to every single day that has emotional frequencies in that you can continually seep into your subconscious mind. So that's kind of the gist of Vision Espresso. And then you also go through an AI process to help you really uncover what it is that you want, really uncover what it is, like where is your awareness right now. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that. And actually, we're going to have a live masterclass this Saturday. So if you're seeing this before the 22nd, you're welcome to join us. But let's get into ChatGPT, and I want to show you how you can actually prompt AI. I'm going to show you that actual specific prompt so it's not such a yes man. And then you'll start understanding how I operate with this. Okay. So as I mentioned constantly on this YouTube channel, I use an app called Whisperflow. Okay. And if you hold the function key, then you can start talking. And so I'm going to ask ChatGPT, just simply put, I'm really looking to continue to make improvements in my subconscious mind and reprogram my subconscious mind for success and business abundance. And so I'm actually making a YouTube video right now to walk my audience through exactly how this all works. And what I was explaining to them is the fact that you have to get aware of where your subconscious blocks are first. And then from that awareness, then you decide on what you do want. So what I would love for you to do is walk us through basically a bit of a demonstration to show us how to identify exactly where your subconscious blocks are, then get clear on where you want to go, and then utilize spaced repetition so that you can continually remind yourself and consistently implant those ideas into the subconscious mind, and then a practice that we can do on a consistent basis so that we can continue to, distill this practice into our life so it actually makes visible change in our reality. So if you can help us out, that would be helpful. If you have any clarifying questions, please ask. And as always, I'd love for you to dumb this down a little bit and utilize story, metaphor, simplified language, even a 5-year-old language as well to make this super simple and really help us understand that, and maybe even use some story as well. So as I let go of the function key, it types all that out. The reason I also like speaking this out, because it helps me get my thoughts out. It helps me get my energy out. And that's another big aspect. And that's what we do with a lot of our clients is we have them go through these meditations to get them into a grounded present state. Because when you're in a grounded present state, then you're not in such a fight or flight mode, which so many people are in flight or fight mode. And because of that, that's when your subconscious really clamps shut. And then even if you are implanting things in, it's just going to keep on bouncing off. And then it's going to be really tough to have that awareness of what are your blocks if you're constantly tightening up. So constantly getting into a grounded present state is one of your best friends. Okay. So let's walk through this. Do you want this delivered as if I'm speaking directly to the audience? And you decide, here's a preview summary of what I built for you. Okay. The flow, simple and story-driven. Awareness, finding the block. Metaphor, a dusty room with a hidden box. Story example, a kid who wants to ride a bike but is scared because he fell once. The fear isn't about the bike, it's about the old memory playing in the background. Simple language, your mind saves old stories. Some are helpful, some are not. Okay? Clarifying the desired identity. Metaphor, updating your GPS. Tell your brain where you want to go so it stops driving in circles. All right, repetition, installing the new program. Metaphor, brushing your teeth for your mind. Nobody gets six-pack abs from one sit-up. Same with beliefs. Repetition locks them in. Okay, integration, living in reality. Metaphor, training wheels, riding, muscle memory. Practice, a tiny action daily that proves belief. Okay, that's good. Yeah, why don't you go with number one? We'll talk directly to the audience so they can get a real understanding. It's almost like they're with me having this conversation. That's really what I want to do. So essentially you're talking to me and they get to watch this go down. Cool. So as you know, it was just starting to see this stuff, but now we're getting to go here. So before we change the subconscious, we need to see what we've already been living inside. Most people try to add new beliefs on top of old ones, like spraying perfume in a dirty room. It smells better for a minute, but then the mess is still there. So step one is awareness, spotting the subconscious blocks. I want you and everyone watching to do something simple. Take one slow breath in and let it out. Now imagine you double your income. Not hope, not someday. I mean, it happens. Notice what shows up for you in the body. Maybe it's excitement, maybe a tightness, maybe a little voice says, who am I to do that? What if I mess it up? Success means pressure. People will judge me. I don't deserve that. Whatever comes up, that's not the surface mind talking. That's the subconscious. It's like a little kid inside of you holding a memory saying, last time we tried this, it didn't feel safe. Right? Not bad, not wrong, just outdated. So think about that from your perspective. Like what actually does come up when we say that? Right? You've doubled your income. What comes up? Is it, who am I to do that? What if I mess that up? Success means pressure. People will judge me. I don't deserve that. I would say for me, There's a few that come up. Like, what if I mess it up? Success means pressure. I don't deserve that. So those are some of the things that are coming up for me. So I would then gain awareness around that and be like, okay, well, I like operating in inversion thinking. So what is the opposite of those? Because if we can really start putting some language around the opposite of those, that's going to help guide our thoughts and our subconscious thoughts. Because so what if I mess it up? So then what's the inverse of that? What if I succeed upon all measure? Success means pressure. What if success meant fun? And then I don't deserve that. Like, what if I absolutely do deserve that and it helps bless other people? So like those are the things that are like coming up. So I gain awareness around them. And then I'm like, okay, I want to really start reprogramming my subconscious to say like, well, what if I succeeded? What if I made it better? What if I could have a lot of fun with that? What if I could get to a place where I actually not only believe that I wholeheartedly deserve it, but I like people are relying on me to like actually do it. And then it's going to unlock and help other people. So like those are the things that I want to continue to reprogram my subconscious for. So from there, step 2, choose what you want instead. Once we're aware of the block, we don't fight it, we replace it. So let's do that now. Imagine a future you is already living the life that you want, not working towards it, already there. Success is normal. Abundance is normal. Speaking your truth is normal. Close your eyes for a second. Picture the version of yourself standing across from you. Confident posture, clear eyes, grounded energy. And now I'll ask you something simple. If that version of you had a belief written across their chest like a tattoo, what would it say? I'm worthy. I always figure things out. Money flows to me. My voice matters. The one right away, like actually these two, these top ones, I'm worthy. I always figure things out. I just see it like a chest. I mean, that could even be a really cool shirt to wear. I'm worthy. That'd be cool. But I like that. I always figure things out because, that's the thing. That's my future self that I really want to envision is it's the guy that like, he's always going to hit challenges, but he's always going to figure those out. And then from there, it's install that through repetition. Now, this is the most part people skip. The subconscious doesn't change because you heard something once. It changes through repetition. Just like a toddler learns language, just like a muscle grows with consistent reps, just like a path forms in the woods after people walk it again and again. So here's the simple practice. Say the new belief out loud while feeling it. Not like a robot, but like you're rehearsing the truth. Let's practice it. Say the sentence slowly and everyone watching, say it with you. Say it with me. Ready? Say it with me. I am becoming the version of me who attracts success and abundance with confidence. Breathe. And again, it's so important to breathe because then that gets us in a grounded present state. Say it again. I am becoming the version of me who attracts success and abundance with confidence. And one more time, but this time mean it. I am becoming the version of me who attracts success and abundance with confidence. Good. Step 4. Now this is like, even before I read this, step 4 is where you prove it. You go out there and you prove your subconscious because our subconscious is always looking for proof. And it doesn't have to be like, oh, you doubled your income, but it can look for like little things that it can say, oh, boom, he's making progress. Ooh, he's building momentum. All right. So prove it to yourself. This is the final piece is action. Every tiny little one, because subconscious pays attention to what you do, not just what you say. So choose something small that you can do today that aligns with your new identity. Maybe send the message, raise the price, post the video, decline the thing that drains you, take the step you've been avoiding. When your actions match your new beliefs, even in tiny ways, the subconscious goes, oh, this is who we are now. And that happened, and that's where the shift happens. Not overnight, but daily, quietly, consistently. Okay? So again, it's small little things that continue to prove your subconscious like, oh, he's serious about this. He's serious about this, right? So that's what we got. Close with this. Nico and everyone listening, you don't have to force your new identity. Just practice it. Awareness, intention, repetition, action. A-I-R-A. A-I-R, era. Era. That's how the subconscious rewires. Not with pressure, not with presence. And if you keep doing that, your outer world will eventually match your inner world. Boom. Okay? So that's what I got for you, right? It's that powerful, okay? You got to be aware, then you set the new intention from that awareness, then the repetition of the action, even tiny little actions, okay? And again, that's why we've developed Vision Espresso. That's why then from all of this, we create a custom audio from your future self that's in your voice, that has emotional music behind it, so that it can get you into state, get you grounded, and then you can listen to your future self, because we are so much more, our subconscious is so much more open to our own voice, and especially like a more grounded version of our voice. Okay, so if you want to learn more about that, come to our next masterclass. It's the AI Future Self Masterclass. It's going to be on the 22nd, 9 a.m. on Saturday. So if you are seeing that before now, go ahead and click the link down below, go get registered, and we'd love to see you there. And then from there, I want to show you this guy right here. So this is a really powerful prompt. I'll even put this in the comments if you guys just put prompt down below. But be my ruthless mentor doesn't sugarcoat anything. If my idea is weak, call it trash and tell me why. Your job is to test everything until I say it's bulletproof. Okay? It's really powerful, because I don't know if you have ever experienced it, but like chat all of a sudden can just really be a yes man. And even like I'm like, what are you talking about? That's stupid. Like, no. And then it's like, okay, yeah, you're exactly right. My bad. And it just like agrees with me, everything. But when I put that prompt in, it changed everything. And then it just stayed on that. So you really have to continue to communicate strongly with chat and guide it and be the leader, not have it be your thought partner, not your thought leader. Never outsource your leading skills and your communication to ChatGPT. And that's why I always will recommend Whisper Flow. Okay. So thank you for watching this video, guys. I really appreciate you and looking forward to seeing you on the next video.